guys, welcome back to the World of English Exams. Today we are going to start another essay type, that is two-way question, which is also called double question. So this is one of the different types of essays that has to be written on the IELTS writing module. And today we are going to look at the introduction, how to write the introduction for this essay type, that is two-way question. So do subscribe to our channel World of English Exams if you haven't, because we are actually recording some wonderful videos for you which are highly informative and useful in your journey of the IELTS exam. So let's get started with today's video by looking at the different types of essays. So these are the various types of essays in the IELTS writing module. The first one is, do you agree or disagree? Then there is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Problems and solutions, causes and effects, two-way question, which is also called double question, that we are going to start today. And discuss both views and give your opinion. Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? Now these are the different types of essays. If you want the detailed information with the example videos, do check out our channel World of English Exams. So what are we waiting for? Let's study the essay structure first. Let's look at it, let's understand it, and then we'll proceed to writing the introduction. So this is how the essay structure should look like. Basically, the essay would be divided into three parts. The first part is introduction, the second part is the body paragraph, and the third one is the conclusion. The number of body paragraphs can vary between 2 and 3 depending on the type of essay that is being written. However, the introduction and conclusion should be limited to one paragraph each. So the total number of paragraphs would be one introduction, let's say two body paragraphs. So that is 1 plus 2, that is 3. Finally, the fourth paragraph is the conclusion. So maintain this paragraphical structure because it gives an excellent coherence and cohesion. So now having understood this, let's look at how to write the introduction. So basically the introduction is the start of an essay. So a very good first impression must be created in the minds of the examiner with the help of an introduction. So let me give you some important tips while writing the introduction. But before that, the structure of the introduction is very important to be followed. So we do not want the essay to begin with any general statement such as a proverb or something which do not focus on this particular essay type. So we want to start the essay by paraphrasing. So what is the meaning of paraphrasing? It is modifying the words in the question without altering the meaning. So the meaning has to be retained in the same way, but we are using a different word choice, or maybe we are changing the order of the clauses. So these are the various ways of paraphrasing, and in the description box below I am going to link a video that I have made on the various methods of paraphrasing, which is very essential if you want to write the introduction. So we should not waste any time in the main exam, because we have approximately 40 minutes to write an essay. So the more time we conserve in writing the introduction, the better we can plan and organize our ideas. So for that, what do? I will first paraphrase the given question prompt as and when I look at the question. So let me give you the link in the description box. Please go through that. And also I have given you practice sentences for each and every method of paraphrasing. So don't forget to check that video. So the first statement is the paraphrase. Followed by the paraphrase is the thesis statement. So the definition of a thesis statement is, it is a statement that conveys the message to the reader. Simple. So we are going to tell the reader what exactly we are going to do in the body paragraphs. That means we are planning to give a direction to our essay in the form of a statement that is called the thesis statement. So followed by the thesis statement is what is called as a general overview or outline. So each and every paragraph should be linked to each other, and for that you are generalizing and you are giving a proper outline as to how your essay would look. So that is known as the outline statement. So what are the three statements? The first one is known as the paraphrase statement. Second statement is called the thesis statement. And finally, the third statement is known as the general overview or outline. Now, let me tell you that in order to write an essay, you have to follow this strategy which is known as the power strategy. So, the power strategy is a technique that helps you to plan, organize, write, evaluate and review the essay. So, this is a 5-step plan. What is the first one? Planning what to write. That is step number 1. Step number 2 is organize the ideas. Once you have planned how to write the essay, you need to organize your ideas and structure them properly. Followed by this would be writing. So, what do you understand? Do not start writing directly. First, utilize some time to plan and organize and group your ideas. So, after you have written, you need to evaluate it for any grammatical errors or let's say spelling mistakes, or you need to also count the number of words, and that stage is called reviewing. So, you are just proofreading whatever you have written so that there would not be any errors. So, if you can follow this 5-step method, you can write a brilliant introduction and a brilliant essay. So, having understood the power strategy, now let me give you some tips on how to write. So, first tip is paraphrase the question in a proper way. So, because paraphrasing is a strategy in which you are using synonyms, so just don't use the synonyms without knowing the appropriate use of them. So, just because you know a word, don't use it without confirming that it is relevant to the given question. Then the second tip, understand the main theme. So, sometimes students would actually read the question in a hurry, and without understanding the theme, what do? They start writing it, and after completion of the essay, they would start repenting. Because once they read the question, they would realize that all their effort went in vain and there is no use to crying over spilt milk, isn't it? So, take proper care to understand the key idea, the main theme. Then generate relevant ideas. And as I told you, you have to write the thesis statement and never avoid this, never skip this step. This is very, very important. And highlight the main points. So, once you have read the question, highlight the points and then decide on how to structure the introduction and the body paragraphs. Then this is the very important point, guys. Give your opinion only if required. So, not every essay type demands to give your opinion. So, read the question properly. Only if the question prompt asks for your opinion should you give it. Else, avoid it. Then, of course, you need to use the appropriate topic central vocabulary. So, topic related vocabulary must be written to get a high score in lexical resource. So, these are some of the key tips and strategies that you need to follow. Now, why don't we look at the essay question type that picturizes the two-way question, and why don't we start writing an introduction? Are you excited? Great. So, now without any further delay, let's check the question. Okay, so this is the question that I have picked up from the Cambridge past papers. Now, let's see what the question is. Nowadays, the way many people interact with each other has changed because of technology. So, now let's read the question once again. Nowadays, okay, that means that it's talking about a current trend. What is that? Many people are interacting with each other and this has changed drastically because of technology. So, the essay is centered around technology and communication. So, like this you have to get hold of the main theme. Then what are the follow-up questions, and why is it called a double question? Because two questions are given to us, two follow-up questions. So, what are they? In what ways has technology affected the types of relationships people make? So, how has technology changed the way people interact? That is the first question. The second question is, has this become a positive or a negative development? So whether this trend is a positive one or a negative one, whether it is advantageous or disadvantageous, so along those lines. Okay, so the first body paragraph should talk about how technology is affecting relationships. Second one, so do you support the use of technology to interact? So these are the two key ideas that I got when I read the question. So as you can see, within less than a minute, when I am able to dissect and when I am able to understand the question, then it becomes a lot easier for me to write the essay clearly. Now, how do I write the introduction paragraph? And I am going to show you this sentence by sentence. So do stay tuned to this video. Okay, so now the sentence number 1 is paraphrase the given question prompt. Now what is the question? Nowadays, the way many people interact with each other has changed because of technology. So now how would I paraphrase it? Of late. Of late is the synonym for nowadays. The rapid proliferation, that is the drastic improvement, development of technology, has revolutionized the manner in which people communicate with each other. So as you can see, even the paraphrase statement is giving us a meaning that technology has, changed the way people interact with each other or communicate with each other. So this is called effective paraphrasing, in which you are sticking to the meaning but using totally different words or synonyms for that. So after you have written the paraphrase statement, you have to write a thesis statement. But before that, why don't you take approximately 2 minutes, let's say, to write the paraphrase? Do you want to try that? Yes, so please don't hesitate. Go ahead and write the introduction, write the paraphrase in the comment box below. And your 2-minute time starts now. Okay, 1 minute up. You have 1 more minute to write the paraphrase. Thirty seconds to go. Yes, so that is the end of the 2-minute time. I hope you have written an excellent paraphrase and we can't wait to see your responses. So do leave a comment in the comment section below. So now after you have written the paraphrase, now let's look at the thesis statement. So the thesis statement is the one that directs the essay. Okay, so now let's see how to write that. What I feel is, although there are some demerits, this trend is definitely a positive one, because see, this trend means use of technology to communicate is definitely a positive one, as it creates a virtual platform to interact with others, and it is much more convenient to use, isn't it? So these are the two merits, and that is the reason, even though there are certain no drawbacks, I do agree, but what am I telling the reader? I'm telling that definitely this is going to be a positive trend. Now, how do I write the thesis statement? I have shown it, but I want you to write the thesis statement in your own words. So, do start. Again, I would be giving you 2 minutes for the same. And your time of 2 minutes begins now. One minute up. Thirty seconds to go. Okay, so that is the end of the 2 minute time. Okay, so now let's write the third statement in the introduction, that is known as the broad outline statement. So in this essay, I will first discuss how relationships are affected by these technological advancements, and then explicate why I feel this is a pragmatic development. So there are two parts into the essay that I'm going to show the reader. The first thing, I'm going to discuss how relationships are affected by technology. Then I will then tell why I feel this is a pragmatic and very practical development. So this is how I write the outline statement. So now let's sum up everything, and remember not to write the essay in the form of bullet points, and please do not include any headings or side headings. So the essay should be in the form of paragraphs, and this is how the introductory paragraph would look. Of late, the rapid proliferation of technology has revolutionized the manner in which people communicate with each other. Although there are several demerits, this trend is definitely a positive one, as it creates a virtual platform to interact with others and is much more convenient to use. In this essay, I will first discuss how relationships are affected by these technological advancements and then explicate why I feel this is a pragmatic development. So this is how the introduction would look for this essay type, that is two-way question. So as promised, I am going to link the video for how to paraphrase in the description box. So don't forget to go through that video and don't forget to watch it. And if you have understood what I have told and if you found this video helpful, please like it, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to World of English Exams for more interesting and updated videos on the IELTS exam. So till I see you with the next video, happy preparation guys.